Coronation Street nearby arrested for shoplifting as big name speaks out. Coronation Street's Brody Michaelis can also additionally have handiest simply been launched from the STC. However, already he has discovered himself hauled returned into the police station. The youngsterager arrived at the Cobble's ultimate week and turned into immediately noticed through DC Kid Green. Kit had slept with Lou Michaelis after they had been teenagers, and it did not take lengthy for him to suspect that Brody can be his. In tonight's episode, Kit faced Lou for the truth. However, she refused to entertain the conversation. Meanwhile, Brody were given himself in hassle while he tried to thieve from the Nook shop. The tough youngsterager turned into stuck out through Bernie Winter, who referred to as in Kit for assistance. They demanded that Brody empty his pockets, and had been unsurprised while he exceeded them a packet of mints. Kit advised Brody to apologize to Bernie, and agreed to allow him move loose so long as he gave him his call and date of birth. As Brody discovered while he turned into Bourne, Kit realized that the dates aligned flawlessly to his time with Lou. That means that Brody turned into his. Brody because it stands is presently unaware that Kit is probably his father. However, it is secure to mention he is now no longer too thrilled approximately the detective's persevered presence in his life. Discussing the dynamic among the two characters, actor Ryan Mulvey stated, "Brody's were given all this hate closer to Kit simply due to the fact in his eyes. He sees he's the cause why his family's form of falling apart. He sees him because the villain in his story. And with Mick, Brody 100% seems as much as his dad. He is his dad, it is his superhero. And he loves him so much." On how Brody could react if he had been to discover that Kit will be his dad, Ryan stated that the revelation could blow the character's mind. He's now no longer were given the finest dating together along with his dad Mick. And he hasn't sincerely acquired the affection that he desired. That's why he is so closed off. So I suppose he could suppose in his head, why on this planet could I ever allow myself be open once more to some other father determine while the individual that is my father did not even display me that. I suppose he'd be very towards and really closed off to it simply due to the fact he is so insecure of having harm and is so demanding that he placed on this difficult outdoors to keep himself from that pain. Despite being boastful at having been allow off so effortlessly through Kit, Brody could in the long run pass paths with him yet again at some point of Monday's episode as he approached Betsy Swain, gloating approximately how he'd additionally stolen a bottle of vodka and desired to percentage it with her. In the past, Betsy has been not able to face up to a horrific boy, having launched into short romances with each Mason Radcliffe and Dylan Wilson. However, in tonight's episode, she suggested Brody for his theft. When Brody turned into arrested and taken in for questioning, Kit turned into tasked with reserving him in, with DS Lisa Swain mentioning that it'd be satisfactory if she stayed far from the case given Betsy's involvement. As Brody goaded Kit for formerly letting him off, Kit referred to as for him to be taken to the cells to sober up. Will Brody examine the mistake of his ways? We'll simply should see. However, discussing what is ahead, Ryan instructed us that Brody clearly brings a chunk of drama with him. A lot of fight, a whole lot of stubbornness, and he is aware of what he needs and he will get it. And he may not forestall whoever's in his way. Consider us intrigued. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.